if they refuse, if they continue to believe, do what? Kill or corrupt. Kill or corrupt. And so, at first the devil used the killing strategy through the pagans over time. And then he saw that Christians were multiplying, and he said, I need to change tactic. Let me do what now? Corrupt. So the devil kind of joined the church and changed the doctrine of the church and changed the humility of the members and changed its relation to worldly government. And the church that was there was no longer the church of Christ, but another church. He corrupted it. But because his act is to kill or corrupt, when the devil had corrupted the church, he now uses this same church to kill those who stand pure for Jesus. So Revelation 12 verse 13, this verse alone of persecuting the woman can span hundreds of years, from the beginning of the time of the apostles until the end of the Middle Ages. God's people in the very beginning were persecuted by the Romans. They would gather, these heathens who didn't know God, the pagans who worshipped the sun. They would gather around in these big stadiums, and then they do not know what they do. They're just like their master who? Jesus. And the devil is embarrassed. Why am I trying to kill them? And they are so nice, they are so sweet, they are so gentle. And some of them were going to the cross very joyfully, as if it was their night of a wedding. Because Jesus gave them grace for that moment. They didn't fear the fire. They didn't fear the nailing. They were victorious in their death. Some of these Christians were singing hymns at the tops of their voices in their dying hours. And God wants us to be like them. Now verse 14 says, but the woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness to her place. Using pagan Rome, he is now using papal Rome, or the papacy, or a fallen church. So we can say this symbol represents how swiftly the true church had to find refuge and safety from the man of what? Sin, who came to power in Rome. As in the days when Israel fled from Pharaoh, eagle's wings symbolize divine deliverance from persecuting powers. Exodus 19 verse 4 gives God's promise that says, you have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I did what? I bear you on eagle's wings and brought you to my. God literally took these remnants of people in different places who still believed in him to certain mountains and certain valleys, right there in Italy where the papacy was, and next country in France, which was very Catholic. There were very conservative Protestants who were saying, you are the man of sin, you are the Antichrist, in that very country where they want to kill them. But God hid them in those mountains, and God kept them safe for those more than 1,000 years. Now, how long did this woman go to hide from persecution? Yes? A time, and times, and half a time. You say, how long is that? We go back to verse 6. You remember that this one is helping verse 6? Verse 6 says that she should be fed there for how long? 1,260 days. So when you hear time, times, and half a time, remember it's the same as 1,260 days. We are going to prove how that comes about. But this is not the first time we see the use of time, and half a time. When we go back to Daniel 7, we find a power that is called the little horn. This little horn is the Antichrist power that would persecute God's people.